bada bing. Let me make sure it's going over here. Morning, everybody. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good deal. We're up, we're going, everything's good. The new camera works phenomenally well. We should get it out of that shadow, but that's okay. Welcome to the Happy Oyster Show. And I am your host, Bart Burke. We got Freddie in the house. We got some fun stuff today. We got some updates. We are one step closer. It has been an amazing week. Weather was in the beginning, and scalloping was tough on opening day, and then Tuesday was, I don't know, something I couldn't go one of the days. And then Antonio and Freddie went, and they got enough for din-dins for everybody, and we didn't get a whole lot. I mean, not enough to sell to anybody, but we got some. And then Freddie and I decided we were going to go to another spot, but you couldn't dredge in that spot, and we'll be into that. But we did get, I don't know, 20 or so. We're going to shuck them here for you. We're going to show you a little bit of the insides of what a scallop looks like. We also caught one oyster where we were by just, on wild caught. And we caught a couple of clams, and we caught a golf ball, and that's about it. But we'll be about more on that later on. Most importantly, folks, dun, 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 dun! I printed it out. It's, I don't know how many pages. It's quite a few. It's, bottom line, the Army Corps of Engineers has got back to us, and they have given us our approval from the Army Corps of Engineers. Yee-haw. Okay, one step closer. There it is. It's even documented right here that on March 22nd, 2018, the New York District of Army Corps of Engineers received a request for the Department of Army's authorization for placement of off-bottom aquaculture equipment in the waterway to cultivate the eastern oyster. Structures will consist of, and it goes into blah, 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 blah. A special thank you to everybody at the Army Corps of Engineers. I love you guys. You guys are the best. If anybody needs help filling out one of these things, if you're following us, if you want to become an oyster farmer, if there's anything I can do to help you, please do not hesitate 1 second and get on the horn. You know how to get me. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. It's there, baby. Bring it on. I'm happy to help you. I'll be happy to share this whole document with you. No ifs, ands, or buts. Right down to the drawings and everything. They've approved it. We are approved. I have to send back this little self-addressed mailing thing, sign it, and send it back, and we're good to go. We are now moving on. What is the next step, you say? Okay, the next step is the DEC. The DEC is the Department of Environmental Conservation. I don't know if it's going to be as easy or if it's as hard or whatever, but we're through one step. And now it's to the next step. Don't look at it as one great big monstrous inferno. Look at it as little itty bitty fires, and we're going to put each one out. Army Corps is done, extinguished. We move on. We send them back their thing. They're all good. They're not even asking for any money. So I am psyched about that. How about a double thumbs up? Please, we did it. Yee-haw. We've been making cages like mad. We're getting ready to go up to Massachusetts to go get a load of wire because we need more cages because you start to do blah, 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 blah. We're going to start to get into density issues. We've got to do this. We got to do that. Oh, my. It's got a lot to do. How do you like my hair? We were able to put it into a little bit of a ponytail today, so that's kind of exciting. All right, what's next? Next is logo. Logo. I sure could use some help with a logo. I'm going to put it out to you fans and to my fans and my friends, maybe Todd, hint, hint, my buddy Todd. Did I ever show you this is from a past life. I just came across this the other day. Not really. I've been neating up. I've been making my office area and whatnot kind of cool. I don't know, Fred, if you saw this. I don't know if you saw this. But in my past life, I was the bike man for you, and I had like 70,000 subscribers and blah, 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 blah. We had a bunch of people, and Todd actually is still, he came on from another place, and he did a drawing of me back when I had a mohawk and stuff. Super talented dude. Did you ever see that?
Yeah, no, but that's cool.
And he does a lot of different drawings. I follow him on Instagram. He's a sweetheart of a dude. He's into artistry. He's been finding some stuff in his basement lately, and it's been, it's always fun when you clean out the basement and you find new stuff. Just thought I'd share that with you. But anyway, back to the logo. I need help with my logo. I want to keep it fairly simple. I want to keep it really simple, to tell you the truth. It must have the YouTube logo play button, and it must have the Instagram logo, period. Those two are a must, as well as that it must say Long Island, New York. Not Suffolk County, not this, not that. I want the whole Long Island. I want to promote Long Island oysters. I want to put Long Island on the map for oysters. Not just me, but for the whole shooting match, okay? I told you, I got big dreams here, boys and girls, and we're one step closer this week. And it's all fun. And it starts with marketing. And marketing and keeping your image is very, very important. We brushed on it before a little bit, and these are the things that we've got to do. The logo, it's all about the circle, the circle, the circle, the circle. Everybody's got a little circle. Calvin, your little face is up there. John, you don't really have anything except the pink thing with a silhouette, you know what I mean? The Happy Oyster has got the Happy Oyster thing. The circle is important because this is the future. I don't want an email address. I don't want a phone number. I want the Instagram and YouTube. Bing. That's it. You got to get a hold of me. There you're going to be, because we're going to be streaming live all the time. So it's going to be pretty easy to see me and get a hold of me. Obviously, there'll be some emails at, after we make whatever. The initial branding is going to be YouTube and Instagram, logo, Long Island, New York, Happy Oyster Company. Simple, sweet. Colors, blue, yellow, white, period. No more. Maybe less. Get rid of the yellow if you have to, just blue and white. This logo is going to be branded on everything. The back of our shirts, the front of our shirts, the boat, the boxes that we promote our oysters in. All of those things, logo is going to be very, very critical and very, very important. All of the team will be dressed accordingly with the proper logo. So again, if anybody's got any help with a logo, please contact us, hit us up, do whatever you got to do. And that's all I got to say. Obviously, you will be confiscated as best to my ability as I can. I don't know what I'm going to give you, man. I don't know. Depending upon where you live, maybe we'll ship you some oysters. Maybe we'll invite you out on the weekend. I don't know. Just help me out. I need a logo. I tried to get my old lady to do this, and it's impossible. There's websites out there that you can do this with as well. I know somebody that used that. And there's like young budding artists for logos. But logo is a situation that we're going to need some help with immediately. Moving on. Who's in the house? We got a whole bunch of people in the house. What's going on, everybody? Oh my goodness, look who's in the house. We got Wolfie in the house, we got Willard, we got Jimmy in the house. Hello everybody, homeless from Santa Clara, California. Well, but you got an internet connection, so you're doing all right. Keep up the good work there, James. Wolfie's in the house. Luke Skywalker, that's Pee-wee. He's another guy that was from my last, so was Wolfie from my last life. Come on over and share it with anybody and everybody that you can. Help us out, get a word out, do what you gotta do. Bada boom. I need a naked lady riding an oyster-shaped Long Island in the Bible. We got Yeti in the house. We got our Yeti cooler. We're gonna be working on that. Somebody just something on Instagram. I just saw it come over. I heard Jeff Sessions is looking for work too. Isn't that a shame? See ya. Adios, my friend. Bye-bye. I'm not going to get into that. So anyway, let's get. Oh, you guys want to see the rest of the? Let me turn the camera around. We got the new phone going on. The new phone is working pretty darn good. Let me tell you what. I'm psyched about it, to tell you the truth. Let me see. Switch this around. There we go. There. I'll give you a little. See, we got our office coming along. See, we got our maps and we got that. And we got a thermometer now too. Outside, the outside temperature. And we got Freddie in the house. Freddie. What's going on? Freddie's over here on his phone. We got a little setup going on over here. We'll be into here in half a second. We got our new waiters. The temperature outside is 49.6 degrees. All right, now I can't see and do at the same time, so that's very difficult. Let me turn this around that way. Turn this around this way. You see all the cages? We're building cages. I had Antonio building cages. The boat kind of took a crap the one day, had a water pump situation, so they shut the day down early. Antonio came back and he banged out about 10 cages. We're getting about 12 cages out of a roll of wire. It's looking pretty good. We
have no more wire.
We got some stuff that we got to tighten up, but we're gonna have to get up to Massachusetts next week, and that's where I'm at. New York City. You missed the city. You're in California now, Luke. Well, good for you. All right, so anyway.
California's on fire.
What's that? California's hurting a little bit. Quickie gear situation, quick gear up, gear down. Blue gloves. It's getting colder out there. It's time to try to keep your hands warm and dry. Dry is the key. Wetness, well, whatever is wetness. I used these yesterday. They're a felt line rubber glove getting from the hardware store. They're Boss sanitized. I liked them yesterday. They worked well. Durability wise, dexterity wise is not too bad.
It was summertime yesterday. You didn't even need gloves.
You gotta have something to put on your hands too. Yeah, Freddie's calling me a wimpy. Whatever. I had some other ones too that I really liked the other day that was really cold out. Anyway. Today we're going to be doing up some shucking and whatnot, and safety takes no holiday, okay? So I happen to have these because I'm going to be working on the oyster boat with these as well. They are cut-resistant gloves. They are Crynet 582 Mappa Professional. Paul over at Great Gun recommended them. He said they were really nice, and so I said, I'm going to go over there and check them out. Again, durability. There's little oyster shells. They're pretty sharp on the ends. And again, dexterity, but these are not going to keep your hands dry, so you'd have to wear a liner underneath. They're not bad. These are in sizes, not small, medium, large, which is kind of this is a size 10. I guess it's, hey, it seems pretty good. They're pretty comfortable. They have some sort of Kevlar, whatever, cut resistance on them. So you should wear one of these at least on one hand, the hand that you're holding the oyster or the clam, and then you're going to use your knife accordingly, whatever, if it may be an oyster knife on the side or whatever. Fred, I know what he's going to say. I don't need no freaking glove. Go ahead.
I don't need no freaking gloves.
So, without further ado.
Generic oyster knife.
Generic oyster knife, and Fred's got some custom stuff going on.
This thing looks like you would just stab it right through your hand.
If you hey, it happens. So, take your thing on there. These came fresh out of the drink.
10 minutes.
We put them off of the creek to keep them nice and good. Get my hat out of the way. Let me put my hat on. All right, get the bucket out of there. Let's put this down a little bit. There we go. How's that? Boom.
Okay.
So, Fred, give us a scoop what we got here. You got that illegal one that we're going to throw back?
Right here. But
there it is.
Okay. That guy's illegal.
He's got to go back. Why is he illegal?
Why is he illegal? See this guy here?
All right, wait a minute now. I'm going to turn this thing around, and then I'll man the camera. All right, that's better. Much better.
This guy right here. Here, give me the tape measure. Right there. These guys have to measure 2.5 inches. He's 2 1/4 inches. So he needs to grow a 1/4 inch more to be legal. And then when he grows a 1/4 inch more, he's gonna have a growth ring on him. See how there's the imprint of him right here? And there's the 1/4 to a 1/2 inch more. That's the growth ring. That makes him, this guy, illegal because he's not quite 2 1/2 inches yet.
So he's going back in the drink. We're going to put him in the refrigerator, keep him nice for a little bit, and we'll put him out in the drink after the show.
Yeah, right.
We will.
Here's a real.
What
good
are these? Why are they all clapping at us? They're all happy to see us.
There's a real good one.
A real good growth ring, yeah.
Real, lots of growth on that one. Scallops only live 1.5 years.
That's it.
That's it. Then it's over. They croak.
So that's why they want to keep that growth. They want to have that growth ring for legally purposes, so that maybe that guy is going to spawn out a little bit and reproduce. Is the idea?
Right.
Where the hell did my coffee go?
I don't know.
Oh, I got it. So now, Fred, I see them over here. They're kind of clapping away while they're doing their thing. What's up with that?
Don't lose the Yeti. Scallop has this kind of an action. There he goes. What he does, when he opens up like that, he sucks bay water inside of him. And then when he closes real quick like that, he expels the bay water, and they can actually swim off of the bottom. They can, if they don't like where they are on the bay bottom, or they don't like the temperature or the condition, they'll start flapping like that.
Like castanets almost.
That's right. They'll start going like this, and they'll propel themselves forward, and they'll come up here, and then they'll do it again, and they'll do it again, and they'll do it again, and they'll actually swim right up to the surface of the water.
Maybe get a current.
And then in the current, they'll start out over here, and they'll swim up to the surface of the water, and then the tide will bring them over here, and then they'll cool out, and then they'll sink back down again, and then they'll do it again, and then they'll come over here, and they can actually move, actually miles they can move. Usually in the bay they only just move from one off the edge of the flat to a deeper hole or something where it's,
Yeah.
you know.
So they're not going miles, Fred. They're going feet.
In the bay, they're not going miles, but in the bay they could go 300-400 yards. You know, they could go a long way. You could catch them in one place one day and go back the next day, and there wouldn't be a single one there. They'd leave. They'd all be gone.
All right.
So that's a little bit about how they operate. The other thing is.
Where's my illegal one? Who's going in the refrigerator? I'm practicing safe scalloping.
Yeah, okay, so anyway, the scallop has a top and a bottom. The scallop only lays on the bottom in one direction, and that direction is he'll have a Bart cleaned off all the junk.
I did. There's one with junk.
See this little bit of junk here? And these spots, this is where the quarter decks were hooked onto them. That means that dirty side, the side that's dirty, is the side that's on the, this is the clean side, this is the dirty side. They all lay on the bottom with the clean side up. Okay? I don't know how they do it, but that's just what they do. They lay on the bottom with the clean side up. A scallop also, a lot of people don't even know this, but the shell, they have one side of the shell is straight right here. The other side of the shell, it's hard to see, but you can maybe get a better one, is hooked. See how it's curved? Like this?
That's a good one.
That's a real good example.
Yeah.
This side is straight, this side is hooked.
A left and a right.
So there's a left and a right, or that designates the top and the bottom. It also designates when you open the scallop.
Depending upon whether
Depending on if you're left-handed or right-handed, which I happen to be left-handed, that means I hold the clean side up, and I put the knife in the, you always put the knife in the flat side of the shell, never in the curved side of the shell. So you take the knife and you put it in the shell and you put it on an angle.
Easy, easy, easy.
The knife doesn't want to go like this. The knife wants to go like this. It wants to be parallel with the shell, like this.
Good example.
Okay? So you put the knife in and you give it a little wiggle and you flip it over and you cut it real clean. You're cutting the muscle that makes the shell open up and close off the top of the shell.
Got it.
Got it.
All right, easy
Okay.
now. Easy,
All right.
nice and
Now-
gentle, because that is
All right,
absolutely disgusting.
Now
looking.
I'm going to show you. That's the scallop. His inside, his guts. That's his muscle. That's the part you eat. The rare delicacy. Yeah, right.
Fred doesn't eat these things. He
I
knows a
wouldn't.
hell of a lot of them, Bob. He
Okay.
doesn't eat them.
Okay. Now, the other thing is, scallops have eyes. Whether they can actually define what they see, I don't believe. But I do believe that they see dark, shades.
Shadows,
Shadows.
light and dark.
They,
I believe
they
that.
see light and dark. So it's really hard for you to see.
Well, when one opens in the side, you could probably
Right.
see them when they're open.
Right. All around the lip of the shell on the top and the bottom is the eye ring. You might be able to see the eyes in there. See, they're right here by my thumb. Okay? They're little blue eyes in there.
They're cool as hell.
Yeah.
It's really cool. When you see them underwater,
Yeah,
it's really neat.
They look just like an eyeball. So now that you've cut the top shell loose, then you take your knife and you reach in here in the guts and you grab a hold of the eye ring and you rip it off. That releases some of the junk there. Then you take the knife and you go around the back edge and you grab it and I cut them a little. You peel it over and you pull the guts off, and that's the meat that you eat. That's the muscle. Don't eat it.
Why not?
Oh, God. Bart's gonna eat it raw.
They're just as good raw as they are cooked.
My mother says they're better.
Raw?
Yeah. So,
So you get going pretty quick with this. All right, now wait a minute. Don't put it in there. Let me get a better bowl.
no, I just washed it.
All right.
It has to be done like that. To do it slow is kind of impeding me. Because it's a motion, and it's the same motion every time.
These are
This
beautiful.
little bit of brown on here,
Yeah.
that's fat. That's totally cool.
Yeah, it's a. I take it off before I cook my
but
scallops.
it is fat.
So now that guy was opened up a little bit. He was
Real
he
easy to
was-
get
Yeah.
the important thing is you
Don't-
don't want to see anything here on the shell. See, there's what I lost right there. That's what I lost in meat.
Right.
Okay.
No good.
If you bring your scallops to an opening shop where they're opening them for you, and they leave a 1/16 or an 1/8 of an inch of meat in the shell here,
Bad.
bad. You lose 1/3 of the meat, and it goes by poundage. How many pounds do they open up for a bushel? I'm going really slow. In order, a good opener, in order to do a bushel of scallops, it takes 45 minutes.
Nice. These are some good-looking scallops, though, Fred.
These are awesome.
What we might not have killed boatloads, but
No,
they are beautiful.
awesome scallops. They don't get any better than this.
So we got a couple of those kicking around.
Years ago, we used to open these up at my grandparents' house, and then my grandmother would throw these guts to the chickens.
Really?
Yeah. And
Did the chickens like them?
oh my God, the chickens would go berserk. They would eat up all them guts, and then you didn't want to eat any eggs over there because the eggs tasted like fish.
Did they really?
Yeah, nasty. But that was, look at that one.
Hang on, let me get. Oh my gosh, look at that thing! Look at the size of that. And this is a Peconic Bay
Bay
scallop, world renowned.
World renowned. The only place in the world you can get these.
I mean, Long Island is known for scallops.
Right, exactly. back in the day, in the 80s, when it got.
Oh, stop, Johnny.
Well, when it got bad and I gave up, I used to catch 20 to 30 bushel of these a day.
And you made a good living.
I made
Dang.
$25,000 in 2 months
Back in the 80s.
back in the 80s.
That's a lot of dough.
Yeah. Make a year's salary
For 2 months, 3 months.
for 2 months, 2.5 months worth of work. And then the red tide and the pollution came, and that was the end of it. Now it's slightly starting to come back a little.
Here's the
Yeah.
blue eyes.
Everybody said it's coming back, but don't believe it.
You can see the blue eye. See their little eyes right there on the edges.
Yeah, and I'm 100% sure that they see light.
All along their little holes. Isn't that cool? Now you're saying, where's the oysters? Well, the oysters are coming. I mean, this is a little supplementary. I mean, you know, you're a bayman, you're a bayman, you know? You're out there.
This right here, right here, you just got knowledge that you can't get.
Yeah.
This is a lost art right here, baby.
There was not a lot of guys out there when we went out there. But maybe we're not necessarily in the right spot, but there are definitely less baymen out there than there ever were before. Why? I don't know.
I used to go, there'd be 150 boats out there.
150 boats. They're not even close to that. I don't care how good it is.
There's not even 150 scallop rigs, period, on the Holy Stand.
They say that this year is not a phenomenal year. Last year was a better year. This is what the paper's saying. I don't know. Anybody know any different, or anybody locally has been hearing anything? Please comment below.
Yeah.
Give us a scoop.
I think it's just four myself.
Well, again, you're used to the
But
days
we
of.
got 'em.
We did get some.
We got some.
We got enough for a din-din. Now, what's the story about this 13 you keep talking about, Fred? The old timers only eat 13?
Only eat 13 scallops because they're so rich that
The old bastard's got gout too much.
it'll gross you out, I guess. I don't have to worry about it because there ain't
You're not eating one.
not a single one of these is going in my mouth.
I can't believe you don't eat them.
My mother will eat these up. She'll be like
Down the hatch.
vibrating. 90 years old. Imagine how many of these nasty things she ate.
In her lifetime?
Oh, God.
God bless her.
That's right. Look at that. Oh, God.
No, God's about it.
You gotta love it. So
There is your scallop lesson for today. In the flesh. I hope you guys enjoyed that.
We got one more. Invaluable there. Last one's gonna give me a hard time. Nope, there he goes. Beautiful. Get out of there. I'm a slow opener. I used to sit there when I was a kid. My grandfather he would be sitting there and be going like tink, 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 as fast as he could pick them up out of the bucket. Open them right up. The old timers. But hey, that's why I have the knowledge, because I learned from the best.
There you have it.
There you go.
All right, what's up next there, Frederick? What else we got in our bag of goodies?
I'm going to show you how to open a clam. All right?
Now, these came out of we were not able to dredge where we got these scallops. We had to use a clam rake with some skids on it.
Right. These are nasty clams. There's one nice clam here. We'll give you a clam lesson. Here's a nasty clam. Here's a nice clam. Look, here's a pretty nice clam. He's a real little neck, and he's like a top neck. And then the next bigger size would be cherry stone, and the next bigger size would be chowder. But
The quahog, baby.
the quahog, baby. All right, now. There's two ways to open a clam. If you have a clam knife that looks like this,
He's
that
gonna
you buy from the store,
make fun of my clam knife.
throw it away.
I told you he's gonna make fun of my clam knife.
You need to find an old
paring
stainless
knife
steel paring knife.
from 1950 something,
Yep.
and then you have to modify
And then you have to
it.
grind the tip to the right shape, and it needs a little bend in it. This is because I'm left-handed. Okay.
Again, it's all about the lefty.
Okay. I may have to put glasses on for this. Scallops I can do because I can do it by feel. Clams, you gotta do it by. Now here's the thing. If you wake the clams are sleeping most of the time. Okay? They live in the bottom with the hinge up in the sand. Their life consists of wiggling in. I'll show you inside in a minute. They have a foot that comes. They open up and there's a big muscle that comes out like a foot, and it wiggles back and forth. And the clam rocks himself, and he goes up like this and down in the bottom. So if the sand is here, the clam, when he's feeding, he's up here like this, and he's cracked open, and he's sucking water through, and he's filter feeding. Then when the cold water comes in at the bay for high tide, he don't want to feed no more. So he goes like this, and he goes down in the sand. He could go down in the sand probably as much as 10 inches. That's the reason why you never catch all the clams in the bay. If they all stayed here all the time,
They'd be gone.
they'd be gone. So when you're catching the ones that are up here on the top, there's still a whole bunch of them that are down here. They're not all up at the same time, okay? So that's a little bit of science for that. Now, if you bang them around, rattle them or whatever,
Oh yeah. They'll make.
their muscle inside, a scallop has one muscle that holds the shell together. A clam has two muscles that hold the shell together. One right here and one right here. Now, this might work, it may not work. It depends on how much this clam is woken up. Right where the shells join, hard to see, there's a little seam. Can't do it, he's tight. Can't push the knife into him. He's so strong that I cannot push the knife into the crack to penetrate him. All right? So then you go in the hinge. Right there is the hinge. That little mark right there. You take the point of the knife and you put it in the hinge.
Give it a little wig.
And you give it a little wiggle. And you just
Easy.
broke his hinge.
Busted.
Then you push down on the clam like this. And you slide the top shell over.
Easy.
And then you really break his hinge. That is invulnerable. See the crack right here? Now you take your knife and you run it around this side, pushing down on it over the meat, around on this side, and then you remove the shell. And you have a perfect belly, uncut, little neck clam. Not all gushed out and juiced out and whatever. Then you take your knife and you run it around here and you cut the one muscle loose, which is right there. And then you flip your knife over and the knife has got a little curve in it and it runs right over there and it cuts your other muscle loose. And then you suck him out of the shell.
Ta-da.
You sucking him out of the shell?
I'll suck him out of the shell.
Bart's sucking him out of the shell. Any good?
Salty.
Salty?
Much saltier than an oyster.
Nice water in there though.
Not bad.
Yeah, right? Now, I'm not gonna do all the clams. The funny thing about, I was just telling Bart that he never knew, but when you take the clam like this and you push the knife into the,
Oh, this is funny.
I can't do it. These guys are so woken up. When they're really cold on ice.
Cold and on ice, you gotta relax them. If you're gonna shuck a boatload of them, you gotta have them on ice and you gotta let them sit there for at least 45 minutes to an hour.
Exactly.
And then they will open up like butter. You don't have to do any of that hinge bullshit. They'll go right through a bone. But you gotta be careful. Here's the good part.
But speed openers open from the hinge. They don't open the other way.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, okay, so anyway. When you go in the front like this with the knife, the muscle's here, the muscle's there, in order to cut the muscle, the knife pops in like this, and it cuts the clam in half. Then when you open it up, it's a mess, and there's a piece of clam on this shell and a piece of clam on the other shell. Those are called Coney Island clams, because in Coney Island, that's how they opened them up, and they made 2 clams out of 1 clam. So when you got a half a dozen clams, you really got only 3 clams, because it was all the shells were on the plate, and there was a half a clam in each piece of thing.
In each half shell.
In each half shell, and people didn't know the difference. The way you can tell the difference is if you ever make clams like that. Good clams, all the shells are only going one way. When you see the other part of the shell on the plate.
Something.
With cut up meat. No good.
Telltale sign.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Our last opening for this evening.
Is this beautiful oyster?
Now this is wild. This is wild caught.
This is a beautiful wild oyster, man. Look at that thing.
What's that measuring out at?
That baby's measuring out at 4 inches. 3 3/4 inches. Exact.
Now Freddie does eat these.
Yeah, but I don't know. This baby. This is a long one, man.
Yeah, it's a big oyster.
That's a big oyster. Perfectly flat on the bottom and perfectly cupped on the top.
It's got a very nice cup.
Unbelievable.
Distance between on the fatness of that is probably, I'm going to say, about 1 3/4 inch, not 2 inches, but it's close.
Yeah, it's an inch and 5/8.
Okay,
That's a nice oyster.
that has got a nice cup.
That is a nice oyster. No, I don't know. I don't know if I can do this. I'm not.
Notice whose knife he's using.
Well,
I'll have you
I
know.
don't want to break the tip off mine.
Use my long, thin one that you're going to stab your knife with, your finger with. That works pretty good.
Does it?
Yeah. They call it a French knife, actually.
I had him with this one. I'm liable to jam this piece of shit through my hand.
Oh, stop. Quit your bitching. Yeah, wiggle. There you go. Pink.
It's no good because it's too long.
Yeah, I agree with that. I've been working on my shuck. You got to work. That's a tight-ass oyster you got.
Oh my God,
That's got a good hinge, boy.
unbelievable.
Where we caught this is a pond that's just
There he goes.
east of where our site is.
There, I got him. All right. There's 2 schools to this. The way you mess them up, you break the bill off like this, then put the knife in. I don't like to do that. That makes a mess out of the presentation.
It does.
The way to do it is to go right where I just went in the hinge and break the hinge. Then push the knife in along the flat side, wiggling it back and forth,
Trying to get that, again, that muscle.
cutting the muscle. A pearl! No. And there it is. The muscle was attached right on the black spot. Right?
Yep.
Right. Okay. There's a little bit of mud in there.
Not bad.
Not bad. More like fat or something. And then you go like this and you cut the muscle loose from the cup
Underneath.
underneath.
Some guys, for presentation purposes, do what they call a Philly flip, and they flip it over.
I don't know about that. They put it over this way?
They turn the whole shooting match right over
Wonder why.
because it gives you a better presentation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice and smooth.
Yeah. It's called a Philly flip.
Okay. There's a little bit of grit.
But that's a $3 oyster
You're gonna
for
suck
sure.
him down?
No, I'm done. I'm done.
You ain't sucking him
I'm not sucking them down. Freddie will eat that one. Pretty good.
Well, more than welcome. Okay, there you have it. There you have some invaluable information that you can only get on the Happy Oyster Show.
There you are. And we are willing to share it and share it more and more and more. Whatever we got to share, we want everybody to be a success, not just us.
50 years on the bay. At least over 50 years as a professional bayman.
What do I do with this, Freddie? It's gonna stink after a while, Fred. All right, so that's today's show. We gave you a little update on the gear. We gave you an update on the deal. We've been on for, oh my goodness, we've been on for 40 minutes. Bring it on home. Yeah, they get $3 a piece for those oysters on the half show. Can you believe? Retail. We don't get to sell them like that, but retail is what they are. At a store, at a restaurant or something. Yeah, and people buy them. I mean,
Oh, you pay $3 all day long.
yeah,
for that oyster.
yeah. And again, there's just nothing like it. If you've ever had the chance, I mean, I strongly recommend it. You can cook them. Yes, you can. You can eat them raw. That size was a little bit on the big side for where we're going. We're going to be going in that 3-inch range, maybe even just a smidgen under 3 inches. The quicker that we can get them out there, the quicker that they can grow, the quicker that they can get in the cage, quicker that they can get in the bag, is the quicker that it can go to the market so that you can make some money.
Those would be good in oyster stew.
Yeah. I did everything I think I did. I got the logo contest kind of thing going on. Please, if you guys could help me out with the logo. Again, the logo that we make, it will be going on to a bag. This happens to be a Blue Mussel bag. This is a product of Canada, to give you an idea what's going on. A nice little bag. Mussels, 5 pounds of mussels came in this bag. And
Here's a 40-cent bag.
this bag Freddie got is a huge bag. It's really big.
Yeah.
100 oysters of the size that we're talking are only going to be about that high.
Yeah.
Another, I've been saving these bags up the, here's a Natural Beauty yams came in this.
Yeah.
This is, again, product of the United States. It has a little plastic, a little
Called
liner
onion
on it.
bags, aren't they?
Yeah.
Originally, they were
Yeah.
onion bags.
Yeah. Way back when they used to use burlap, okay? And burlap was no good because burlap stayed wet. And guess what burlap did? Burlap bred disease. Bacteria. And then people got sick, okay? Here's a turnip bag. This is an approximate half a bushel is what they're calling that. You guys get the idea.
Get stuff a bad rap.
Yeah, so then they went to the plastic, the nylon. And I know we're all against the plastic and whatnot, but my thoughts are going towards cardboard, wax cardboard. I'm not sure if it's going to be wax cardboard or if it's going to be some sort of other business. I do have a convention coming up in January. I'm sure we'll be broadcasting from there. And I anticipate some box manufacturers to be there as well. I just think it gives a much better presentation when you have this beautiful box with everything that needs to be on it. And then you open up that beautiful box and you see these beautiful oysters in there, cup side down, just waiting to get sucked out of the shell. I can see it. I can see the whole thing. Yeah, it's going to be more of a pain in the ass putting them in boxes. Yes, it's going to be more money, but it's all about the image. It's all about image. You only get one chance for a first impression, and if it looks and you taste, the first taste is always with your eyes. So please, guys, give us some support. Give us a little thumbs up. Hit us up on Instagram. Hit us up on Facebook. Come on over to the Happy Oyster. Share it. We're having a damn good time, Fred and I. We are just, I'm having a good time. Are you having a good time? You had a good time yesterday, didn't you, Fred?
I have a good time every day.
There you go, attaboy, because Freddie's happy.
That's it. Yeah.
All right, guys, thanks for
love
tuning
it.
in. Thumbs up, Frederick.
Yeah, right.
Love
Gotta
you guys.
love it.
Our show wouldn't be half as much fun if it wasn't for you guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in each and every weekend. Love you guys. We're signing out. Let's work on that logo. I love you guys. I'll see ya.
Yep.
Till next week. Where is it? Here we go. Here. Are you sure? Yes. All right, guys. See you later. Bye. Don't forget to